All right, campers, so this one is going to be our longest origami video yet because this one has the most folds. This is going to be the water bomb. That's what they call it. I don't know why they call it that. It's basically a box. So I'll try not to dilly-dally. I'm using a red piece of paper here. There are a lot of folds in this one, so bear with me. So the first thing you do, looking at it like this, fold it over corner to corner, just like we've started everyone so far. Fold it. Make sure all of your ends meet nice and flush with one another so that you have a good finished product. Okay, so was like this, now it's like this. Now I'm going to fold the bottom corner to meet this top corner. Boom. So I had it like this, now I've closed it like this. And now I'm going to take this front corner and bring this corner down to this corner. I really got to turn off my email notifications. That's getting annoying. Just like that. So I brought this down to there. And now, all right, okay. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Corner to corner again, just like you did on the front. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. So now, you see I've got a closed end, and on this side, it kind of makes a letter M. So what you're going to do is, there are two layers. You're just going to pull up this middle layer and unfold it. Okay? So it's easier when you look at it like this. So you see what I've done? This part was tucked down like that. Like when I started, it was like this. And I untucked just this top part and then squished it flat. So now I have a triangle again. So now when you look at it, you still have an M, but you've pulled up this top flap. Now, you're going to take, oh, this is tricky. Basically, one of the front, so I've got three folds down here. 1, 2, 3, and this one's closest to the camera. This part is going to come up. So now when I'm looking at it, there's like almost a weird like X in there. That's what it should look like. So from the side, you've got triangles. But on the middle now, you've got this funky design on the middle. Like an M on the top and a W on the bottom. That's what you want. Now, you're just going to hold it like this. And you're going to take these corners and fold. And there's two layers here. There's these two front layers and these two back ones back here. We're just working with these front triangles right now. I'm going to bring this corner to the tip. Just like that. We did this for the hat, I believe. Same thing on this side. This corner to the tip. Good. Now, we're going to take one of these, doesn't matter which one. Let's just do this one. And we're going to bring this front tip down to the center here. And we're just going to crease it and then unfold it. See, I folded it down, now I'm unfolding it. The reason I did that is I want a line right here. It's hard to see on the camera, but that line helps me know what to do in this step I'm about to do. So now I'm going to take this corner and bring it right to the middle. That's why I creased this line, because I want this tip to hit this center line where the crease and the center line intersect, where they meet. Just like that. So it was open. I had creased it originally so I can see where this line and the crease line meet, and that's where I want this little tip to be. Boop. Now I take the other side, this corner, and I want it also to go right in the middle. But I don't have to fold this part in half anymore because I can already see. I basically want this corner to almost exactly touch the other, boop, this corner where it is right here. Buying it in. Boom, just like that. Almost like two hands that are coming in and they're meeting like right at the fingertips. That's what you're doing there. Doot, 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 doot. And you just do the same exact thing on the back. Again, we're going to start off bringing this corner to the tip. See, this has more folds than the hat and the cup, but it's a little easier. It's more straightforward. And again, this corner to the tip. Boom, like that. This is the side we're working on. This is the side we already finished. Now we're going to do the same thing. Pick one of these triangles, doesn't matter if it's this one or this one, and bring this tip to the bottom so you make a crease in it so you can see where to do your next fold. Folded that down. Now unfold it. And again, we're going to bring this tip to where this center fold, or the center line, and the fold meet right here. Boop, right where our finger is. Boom. Now we're going to do the same thing with this corner to the center. Boom. Okay, so now both sides look exactly the same. Both sides look like they have hands that are closed to the chest. Now, fold the center and repeat behind. Okay. This part's pretty easy too. Doesn't matter which side you're working on because we're going to do the same thing on either side. You're going to take the triangle. So now there's a lot of layers you're looking at here. There's one here. There's a middle piece that you're not going to touch at all. And there's a layer over here. Whatever side is facing you, that frontmost layer, you're going to fold that triangle right down so that this tip is meeting where all these other corners are meeting. So you're basically folding this triangle, this one, right in half, right down the middle. Just like that. And you're going to do the same thing here, and then the same thing on the other side. This one again, this one also, getting folded right down in half, just like that. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Bring it down, fold it in half. Boom. There's another layer over here. Bring it down, fold it in half. Boom. So you can see there's still a middle part, a middle triangle here. This is going to stay sticking up, even though we folded these two triangles down on this side, and we've done the same thing on this side. Now this part gets not tricky, but just a little more complex, so pay attention. Now, the triangles that you just folded down along this line here, so basically where this triangle meets this triangle on this line here, you're going to fold this down on that line, just like that, and then unfold it. Same with this side. Fold this one down like that, and unfold it. We're making a crease there because we're going to tuck these triangles into this triangle in a minute, but first you have to crease it. So same thing on this side. Along this line here, fold that whole thing down, crease it. Same thing over here. Fold this whole thing down, crease it. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. This is just hard to see on camera. It's easy to do, it's just hard for me to explain it through this video. You're going to, so we've unfolded those at this point. In this part of the triangle, there's a pocket right here. See, I'm opening it up. You're going to tuck this triangle into the pocket. Okay? Kind of hard to see, but you see now, I like basically the triangle that was this one, but on this side, I tucked it inside this triangle. Same thing over here. If I open this up, you can see there's a little pocket right here. Kind of open that, with your finger, and then take this tip and you're stuffing it in there. Just got to be gentle here. You don't want to like destroy the paper. You just got to get it gently, push it in. There we go. Ooh, worked out nicely. Now we're going to do that one more time on this side. So again, if I open this up, you can see I can open the little pocket there. Now I'm going to take this corner, gently slide it in there. Sometimes it doesn't want to go. You just got to kind of like wiggle it, oh, and it'll go in. If you try to force it too hard, it's going to be more tricky. Just be gentle with it. Same thing on this side. Open that pocket up. Take this, stick it in. See, if you just go soft, it'll fold itself in almost. Just don't be too hard with it. And that's pretty much it. And here's the fun part. At the top, now that you've tucked all those corners in, this end, there's no hole there. This is closed. On the bottom, it's hard to see, but it's open. You take this, and it helps if you kind of open it up a little bit and blow into that hole. And there you have it. Ha ha ha, it worked. Now if it's a little sticky outy at some parts, don't worry, it's always like that. And this paper, it's hard to tell, but this more expensive origami paper is a little stiffer, so it blows out better. This is like cheap origami paper, so it didn't blow out quite as well. You can see it's more like this one looks like it's puffing and it's gonna pop. This one's more, see, like indented. That's because this paper is a little bit better. So if your paper doesn't look perfect when you blow into it, it's gonna depend on the paper that you have. But that's it. That's how you make the water bomb. And then after this, maybe in the last couple weeks, I'll show you guys how to make a crane or something. Those ones are tricky, especially to show you on camera, but we'll save the last couple weeks of camp for the more advanced stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you can try these things at home. And again, if you don't have origami paper at home, you can just cut squares out of normal paper. It works just as fine. You just have to be a little more strong with your creases. Make sure you really crease that paper down. But that's how you make a water bomb. And thanks, guys, for joining me. I hope I'll see you next week.